Okay. Bartender. Okay. Bartenders make fucking bank, dude. They make bank. Bartender anywhere, but ideally in a college, pub, nightclub, or lounge. Okay. Bartenders, you're gonna get pussy and money in fucking spades. Period. Okay. You could be what I was, and I was a barback, which is the bartender's assistant. You don't make as much money, but you make way more than working for minimum
You
wage.
guys don't donate $100 right now.
Okay.
You're a beta male. You're a cuck. You're
All
blue
right.
pill for life. You better send me
Here,
$1,000 in donation right now.
and that's
Thank you so much, Beastly Nerd, with the $5 super chat. Shout out to the men, nothing less. Thank you so much, brother. Okay. Bartender, college pub, nightclub, lounge. These are good things. Obviously, right now, because of the global pandemic going on, this is a little bit harder to do. Okay. These are we are going to go back to normal. Things are going to be back. You know, this is what's going to happen. Okay. Let me red pill you on this. Okay. This is what's going to happen. Mark my words. God, I love this. I love this lens. It looks so beautiful. This is what's going to happen. Okay. Now you have to realize the whole reason that this whole Rona thing happened was to A, get Trump out of office, B, give China power, and C, most importantly, it's all about the money system. Follow the money. If you had you guys knew from day one, I was not fucking believing this shit at all. I got flack from a lot of people too. People like, yo, you're wrong. There's gonna be millions of people dead and blah, blah, blah. Everybody around me was spazzing out, and I just, who was the number one gangster with me too? And I didn't even need to give him any fucking lead him or convince him into anything. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the crypto god, Charlie. Charlie was like, can't believe this shit. These people are fucking stupid. I was like, dude, this is why we're best friends. Like, I was just like, yeah, Mac fell for it, but it's all good. We talked him out of it. And, people in the community were freaking out. I knew it was bullshit from day one. It's all about the financial markets. They needed an excuse to pump literally trillions of dollars into the economy. Okay. And this is all about China making the scoop to make the play to take over the world, which they're doing. Okay. China is going to win. Okay. America is going to lose. But if you're watching this kind of content and you're preparing for it, you're going to be okay. And I'm right. Okay. America is going to fall. We're internally fucked. Okay. America is internally fucked. I'm not going to say anything. All right. I'm not gonna say anything. The guys who are in my private premium chat, okay? These guys and we've been having some pretty legit, deep conversations on this. But I'll just put this up and I'll just say what I gotta say. China's going to win. China is going to win. China is winning, and they're going to win. Okay? Period. So, hey, it is what it is. But when things do go back to normal, because they will, right? I'm not saying America's going to be more like Brazil, right? It's going to be like a strong lower class and a strong upper class and nobody in the middle. So your only choice is to ascend to the top, guys. That's it. So cash, college pub, nightclub, lounge. These things work out very well. If you have a good opportunity, valet can pay you good. Okay? Valet. Again, tips plus tipped minimum wage. If it's a good gig, right? this will definitely be lucrative. Some valet places can allow you to make $200 cash Friday night and Saturday night. You have to give up your Friday and Saturday, but guess what? You're also giving up being a broke college student. All right. So I look forward to you joining there, Don Cooley on the chat. Thanks so much. Let's yeah, Rafal, you've been a little too crazy. You got to calm down, buddy. You get a little too much bravado in the chat, both the chats. Calm down. Charlie has taken the red pill too. Calm down. Oh Lord, you guys are psychos. Anyways, so valet that's good. All right. Again, with the valet driving, or here, let me just tell you why valet is actually really good. I've done valet myself. Okay. And so, the great thing about valet is you get a taste of luxury. If you're working at a good place. I used to work at valet outside this nightclub and outside of a strip club, right? What was that strip club in Orlando called? It's closed now. Dancers Royale. I used to be valet at Dancers Royale, and it was good. Met a lot of connections. The good thing about being a valet, it really lets you get a good shot, a good look at human psychology, because you get to go in different types of people's cars. And you get to drive that's the first time I ever drove a BMW 5 Series, and I was like, oh, I want one of these. And now I have enough money to buy one. But I live in Tokyo. I just use, I have people drive me everywhere. I don't use the trains or drive. I just have drivers. But, in regards to starting off and especially as a young man, you got to get a taste of that upper class lifestyle, right? Especially if you're a young man like me who's come from nothing. You got to hustle, and you've got that internal tenacity, that hustle inside of you, right? Now, what's going on is when you are able to get in all these cars and see the people driving the cars, if you're intelligent, you could start putting two and together. Like, oh, wow, this guy is super rich. He tipped me, and he drives like this beautiful Escalator. He drives this beautiful whatever, right? BMW 5 Series. I remember one time it was like hip hop night at this one club, and there's this black guy, and he like had me drive like this really, really, really nice Mercedes, and his car stank like weed, right? And so I was in there or whatever, and then I dropped the key fob, and it went under the seat. And so I reached under the seat to get it, and I was like, what the fuck? And I stupidly should not have pulled it out, but I pulled out the guy's gun, and I was like, oh my God, this motherfucker's got a gun in the car. And like, for me, I was like, how old was I at that time? I think I was like 23. I was just like, oh, this guy's rich. He's smoking up, and he's got a gun in his car. And I was just like, my mind was blown, right? So it's good to see like a bunch of, different aspects of human, human life. That's the most important thing, right? You want to go and see just different walks of life, right? Another way I learned this is what I'll talk about here in a little bit. But it's a great way to make some extra money. But yeah, valet is a great thing, right? You only work because, remember, now when it comes to the priorities of your life, now the number one priority, okay, during this 18 to 22 time, at the end of the day, the number one priority is securing the degree, okay? Or, well, this is basically for the guys who are attending college, because the trade guys are going to be working. Trades are typically on the job training, right? Oh my jeez, I'm such a perfectionist. I can't believe I just did that. But yeah, that way with valet, right? What you do is you're making like, even if you're doing something simple, you're making like $150 per night, right? And that's let's just say Friday and Saturday, and let's say you work 2 other nights of the week where you only make like, I don't know, $70 each. You're doing 300, so that's 300 plus 40. So you're doing about $440 a week, right? $440 a week, and then that's roughly about 1,700 and some change a month. Okay, not necessarily terrible. Okay, but again, you're prioritizing your education. This is just for you to keep the lights on, keep your overhead low, right? And being able to save up some money in the meantime. But prioritizing your education is the way to go, okay? Big time, big time, big time, all right? Another one that I really am a good fan of is, let's go here. This is going to teach you a lot. The next one I'm going to mention teaches you a lot quickly. Okay. And this is being a waiter. Okay. This allows flexible shifts, cash, which means you get to, when you have cash, right, you got to pay your taxes, because paying your taxes is 100% up to you. And you should definitely claim 100% of all your tips. You should never underclaim your tips. Okay? You should always claim exactly what you make, so the government can force you to pay taxes that they will pay to kill children in the Middle East with. So pay your taxes. Okay. Waiter, flexible shifts, cash, right? And, ability to study people and learn sales. Okay. So that's a big thing right there. Because learning sales, look, sales makes the world go round, guys. Sales has a bad rap in the world. But let me tell you something. If you don't know sales, you're going to get sold. And you're going to get sold at a high price. And you're going to get taken to the cleaners by somebody that doesn't care about anything but his paycheck being fatter. So all you'll need to learn sales. If you want a good sales books to learn how to do it, I advise you to start reading Brian Tracy, The Art of Closing the Deal. Fantastic book. Good old-fashioned American man. Brian Tracy. Seriously, fantastic guy. Sam's in the house. What's up, Sam? Flexible shift, cash, ability to study people and learn sales, right? Also, ability to grind and make a lot, okay? So here's the thing. When it comes to being a waiter, right? So being a waiter typically works like this. You do a lunch and a dinner, okay? And they schedule you for these. Here it goes again with the perfectionism. And they schedule you between lunch and dinner, okay? Now, lunch typically you're gonna make less than dinner, because lunch prices are cheaper, and people at lunch are cheaper, and typically people go out in smaller groups. Dinner, you're gonna make more. Prices are more expensive. People want to enjoy themselves, right? So I worked at this luxury establishment here. A lot of you plebs have never been there because you've not been to America. You haven't really tasted a luxury. But I worked at Olive Garden, okay? And let me just tell you something. If you want to make money as a waiter, okay, and you don't learn sales, forget about it, okay? Let me explain to you why. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to being a waiter, right, you have to realize this. Actually, I should probably go back to the board for this one, because it's better for me to mathematically draw this out. All right. So for you guys that are not, let me just show you guys who have never been in the industry. Okay. So here's the general philosophy. Okay. Now, the average tip in America is unfortunately it's pretty shit, but it's anywhere between 10% to, if you do really good, 25%. I always tip minimum 20%. If the service is exceptional, do good. But if the service is shit, they get 18% because I just refuse to tolerate bad service. But I'll still tip them because I know that's a human on the other side of the, on the other side of the transaction. They need to get their living going. Unless they treat me like absolute dog shit, then they get a really shitty tip because they need to learn. Can't reward bad behavior. So the tip is 10 to 25% of the total bill. Okay? So instead of 100% just relying on the person to be in control of their entire dining experience, you have to learn the art of the upsell. Okay? So, for example, at Olive Garden, right, you get free breadsticks. But the only thing better than free breadsticks are breadsticks with Alfredo sauce. Okay? And the Alfredo sauce is $4.95. Okay? You offer them. Just, hey, listen, the breadsticks are fantastic. They're all you can eat. Now, would you like to try some? You got to schmooze them. You got to tell them, hey, would you guys like some Alfredo sauce? It's really delicious, and it's good, and it makes the breadsticks, just hits a little extra. Right? It's delicious. If you've not had the Alfredo sauce in Olive Garden, this is what you do. If you're going to go have a good session at Olive Garden, make sure you fast all day. Don't eat anything all day. Make sure you work out for a minimum of hour and a half, right? 30 minutes of cardio, 1 hour of aggressive weights. And then directly after the gym, go take a shower, and then you can go to Olive Garden and pretty much eat whatever you want within reason, and you won't gain any fat. Okay, that's a good way to enjoy it, right? So you want to upsell them on the Alfredo sauce. You want to upsell them on drinks, right? Like the peach Bellini tea, whatever, right? And then you can also tomato sauce as well, says Aaron Michael. Thank you, Aaron. Hope you learned your lesson. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate you, brother. Drinks, right? This is anywhere of a plus from $3.95 to upwards of like $8.95, right?
So
and then,
you have accepted the truth.
Thank you. Mito W3 just subscribed. Thank you so much. And then cocktails as well. Cocktails, which you need to get a plus from $5, and if all the way up to if they're drinking something baller, let's just say, let's be reasonable, say $15 per drink, right? What this does is this drives the total bill price up, and therefore the tip goes up. More importantly, you'll understand human psychology, you understand the art of sales, and you get to learn how to read people. Why do you guys think I'm so good at reading people, right? Okay. Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, man. Adam is in the chat, and he says, love Olive Garden. Made me a ton of money. Give away all the wine. Oh, man, we could go into the degeneracy of how to really make money at Olive Garden. I had a cool manager at Olive Garden, and they were down with me giving away like free Lambrusco to these girls that I would date some chicks and bring them in, and they would get good meals from me. I would give them free wine, and then they would tip me fat. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you see how much food and wine and all this stuff that Olive Garden throws away at the end of the day, like literally the end of the day, they throw away ridiculous amounts of food because they don't want to get sued. If people take it home and eat it, you can sue them, right? Thanks, lawyers. But they throw away literally like trays of pasta, meatball, spaghetti, appetizers. You know, they throw away soup. Dude, I mean, that's another benefit, which, you know, we'll talk about that as well as working in this restaurant, which is if you work in a restaurant, you never go hungry. You never go hungry. It's just a business, right? There's two ways to look at it. Employees get 50% off typically. 50% off. Not bad, man. You could have a steak for like $6 at lunch, right? You get 50% off, so you can eat for really cheap. Or if your manager likes you, which mine did, it was a gay guy named Moses, right? You know, he fucking loved me, and he would hook me up with free food. You know, they would comp my meals all the time. And there was just like, I'll never forget this guy, man. His name was, I forgot his name, but he was like, we first started off on some beef. He was a big black dude, huge. And he was like, you know, he did some time and he just got back out and he was on the line and dreadlocks, gold teeth. And I remember like, you know, I was like, hey man, like I just need this stuff on the fly, which in restaurant slang is like, I need this food quickly. And I guess he thought I was saying it in a disrespectful manner. And he like looked at me in the eye like he wanted to fucking kill me. And I came back there, I was like, hey man, look, like, you know, and being a waiter and being a server in this time while you're building yourself up and getting education teaches you how to communicate with a variety of people, right? So it gives you really good communication skills, which translates into you having an excellent sex life because you're going to meet different types of girls from all types of walks of life, right? So, you know, I remember he wanted to fucking kill me, but I was just like, look, dude, like, no disrespect, man. Like, I need it quickly. These people hate me. I understand you're fucking angry. Because, you know, the customer was like, wait, where's the food? Where's the food? We were jammed up, right? I was totally in the weeds, which means I'm backed up. You're just so busy in the restaurant industry. You say I'm in the weeds. So I was in the weeds and, you know, I was backed up and he was kind of having a bad day. And I just like, you know, I broke bread with him. And then one day after work, he was like, hey man, can you drive me home? And he lived in Pine Hills. And if you live in Orlando, you know where Pine Hills is. It's fucking hood. I was like, sure, man. And then like we became friends. I drove him home. He's like, listen, I'm gonna spark you up. He's like, pull over. I'm gonna get a blunt. And I was like, all right, whatever. We pulled over. We take him to the gas station. He rolls up this fucking huge blunt, and we are smoking all the way to Pine Hills. I was high as a motherfucker. And then from that day forward, he always gave me free food. Like on lunch, he was like, you hungry? I was like, yeah, you know, I could use something. He would, you know, and it was just costing the company like literally like pennies. He would hook me up with free spaghetti meat sauce. You know, if the order is incorrectly made, like, you know, let's say like somebody rings in, like, you know, here's a tour of Italy, right? It was a huge plate of like pasta and all this different stuff. And then the customer cancels it, but they already make it, right? So according to the rules, Olive Garden should throw it away. But, you know, he would always be like, hey man, I got this order. They just ordered it. You know, he's like, you want some? And he would put it in a to-go bag and give it to me. And I would take the food home and too. And that's the thing. If you, going back to this, right, you guys, because a lot of you guys are super intelligent guys, you're computer programmers, you're making all this fucking money, but your communication skills are garbage, okay? If you don't have good communication skills, you're going to get nowhere in life, all right? You're really going to get nowhere unless you have like ultra leverage. Like you just have some talent that is irreplaceable, right? Other than that, you know, it's just you're skating uphill, okay? Hey, what's up, Ryan? You know, so but yeah, you know, if you don't have good skills, if you don't have good communication skills, I mean, then it's gonna make everything harder. But on contraire, when you have phenomenal communication skills, you can get whatever you want. I was immune at Olive Garden. I had actually quit Olive Garden, went worked at the nightclub. The nightclub got shut down, and I came back to work at Olive Garden, and they took me back. And during this whole time, I got shift priority, which means you get to work the good shifts, which is Friday night, Saturday night, right? I got good good seating location, right? There's different areas in the restaurant where you get seating, and certain areas have more money, you know, better seating, better atmosphere. You know, those are really good things. And I got free food. I got free food all the time. And I would take food home. And guess what? Why do you think it's good to get free food, guys? Because it takes away from your overhead. What does that translate to? You have more money to save to build towards your exit plan. You see how this all comes together? You have to synchronize your life to act in a perfect harmony to get you to where you want to be. It is absolutely imperative that every aspect of your life is maximized for your benefit, ethically speaking, okay? So that's what we're talking about there. Kieran says those minimum wage jobs are often so fun. Yeah, they are. I had a blast when you work at when you work at the restaurant industry, they're all drug using degenerates. They're funny. That's another thing. I walked with a lot of people and I would see older people in their 40s and 50s and I'd be like, why are you like working at this restaurant and suffering in your late age? I'd never understood it when I was young. And it was a cautionary tale for me too. Like, dude, if you don't play your cards right, I'll never forget, God bless her. There was this lady named Cindy. She was an older white chick, in her 50s, and she was working hard at this restaurant. And, she had been a career waitress her whole life, typical kind of sad story, abusive boyfriend. Cindy was using coke. And I saw her. I liked Cindy. She was a very sweet lady, such a nice lady to me, but I didn't want to be like her. No offense, So yeah, that's it right there. John Alba says, noob question, but any tips on part-time jobs / activities to hone communication? Right here, bro. Pay attention, bro. I'm literally giving away the house for free. Okay. Juan Sanchez says 50 is not old. It is not old, but it is too old to be a waiter at Olive Garden, in my humble experience and opinion, sir. But yeah, you learn the art of the upsell, right? And then this drives the total bill up. Therefore, the tip goes up. Therefore, you make more. Cashola, baby. Cash and money. Money, right? That's why we're working. We're not working to have good feelings. We're working to make a profit because we're working towards something. Remember, this is all in the main plan of securing the degree from ages 18 to 22. Working, okay? So another thing is this too, with the ability to grind a lot, you can pick up shifts, right? So this will allow you to tell people, hey, listen, guys, I'm free on Wednesday, Thursday. I don't have any shifts. I would love to pick up shifts. And you don't know what these guys' financial situation is. Some of them may have excess money. Some of them just may not want to work. And so you could go in there and power through, okay? So obviously I worked at Olive Garden in 2007, right? 2007, 2008. So a good day was lunch. You work a double, which means you work lunch and dinner. Lunch, let's say you make like $120 a lunch, and then dinner, right? You're making $150 dinner. This is at Olive Garden, right? If you work at a place like Cheesecake Factory or higher dining, you're going to make way more. I used to work at a fine dining restaurant, and dude, it was insane how much money these waiters were making, man. Insanity. Pure insanity. So, yeah, between lunch and dinner, 120 to 150, I mean, for a day work, you're walking with $270 cash in one day. And if you're a very bad person and don't pay taxes, that's $270 tax-free. You would never want to not pay your taxes, right? So you got to factor in Uncle Sam, save the money, make sure you file it on your taxes, right? Put it on TurboTax, whatever. But then, $270 a day. So if you're a college student and you're doing $270, right? So let me whip out my calculator here. Just give you guys a nice little visual, okay? So let's just say you have only 2 of these 270 days out of the week, right? So 270 times 2 is 540 times 4 is $2,160. That's assuming you work 2 days out of the week. Okay? That's assuming you work 2 days. Community link is right there. You can click on the current community link, which is patreon.com/modernlifedating. And we're going to be going live this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for our Zoom coaching. Make sure you have Zoom downloaded. We're currently at 93 members now at the community. And that's the Patreon community. It's maxed out at 150, but like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to pull it down to 100 soon. We're going to give it one more month of testing, but I'm pretty sure we're going to keep it at a nice round 100, quite frankly. But yeah, so now look at that. Now, and mind you, as a college student, $2,160, especially if you're living with roommates and keeping your living situation cheap, this is a lot of money. And you're literally working 2 days a week, guys. 2 days a week. Okay. Rafael says, Brian Tracy has a huge amount of books. Fuck, didn't know about him before. Thanks. Yes. Dude. Man. Brian Tracy's books are so good. You know who hates Brian Tracy with like a burning passion? Like despises him? Charlie from Cultivate Crypto hates Brian Tracy. And that's because when he worked at this one company, when he wasn't doing good in sales, they would force him to go and read Brian Tracy books when he wasn't doing good. Charlie hates Brian Tracy. But, I mean, he's so good, okay? Eat That Frog is a really good book talking about discipline and procrastination, right? Where is it? The Art of the Closing Deal. Where is it at? All of them are here, but you can see Get It Done Now, Eat That Frog for Student, Power of Self-Confidence. I mean, dude, when I read his book, The Art of Closing the Sale, that's what it is. This book right here with the blue cover. Oh, they changed it. This is the version I read right here. The Art of Closing the Sale. This book is so good, guys. So good. This book is literally life-changing for me. It's a really great book. It's an easy read. You could probably power through it and if you really, I only listen to books, right? I listen on 1.5 speed, not like you psychopaths out there that listen on 2x, 3x. I listen on 1.5, but on 1.5 speed, you can really power through these books. And it's such a good book. I just highly recommend it. Even if you're not going to be interested in sales or whatever, sales is so important because you're going to be sold to as well. If you write off sales, I mean, you just make yourself a potential victim. So that book is fantastic. But yeah, Rafael, definitely recommend it to you, brother, man. Rafael in the chat. Thank you so much. But yeah, and then assuming, now let's say, this is just assuming you do 2 days, right? 2 days, you have these phenomenal days. And then let's just say for the rest of the week, you are working 3 days extra. So you're working 4 days a week, right? And let's just say on those 3 days, you're making, let's pump the numbers down, okay? $100 per day. Now you've got $300 a week. Okay? Plus your big day of $270. Okay? And remember, I always told you guys, estimate down on your profits and estimate up on your expenses to always cover your ass. So that right there is $570 a week, right? Again, times 4 is $2,280 per month. Not bad. Okay? Not bad. Penn James is saying, how to pick up women as a waitress, sir. Number 1, become a woman. Number 2, talk. I don't know. I've never been a waitress. I've been a waiter because I'm a man. Please don't ask dumb questions in the chat. Thank you very much. Hit that like button, by the way, guys. Por favor. 97 likes. Let's get that up to 150. Please smash the like. Get me out of YouTube gulag. But you see, just simple. I mean, dude, honestly, I got to say, look at all these benefits. Flexible shifts, right? Cash so you could pay your taxes. Ability to study people and learn sales. You're getting paid to get an education. Guys, you have to reframe the way you're looking at stuff, right? Don't think, oh my God, I have to go to work today. No, I get to go to work today. I get to go learn, okay? I get to go learn how to understand people, how to study people, and get paid for it. And I made it a game. I was just like, okay, let's see how much I can get these people to spend at the fucking dinner table, right? I mean, sometimes you get fat tips. Sometimes you get groups, right? I remember one time this corporate group of like 50 people came in, and it was me and this hot blonde chick named Nicola that I worked with. It was me and Nicola, and we ran the whole table, just us, drinks and bringing salad and breadsticks, mass orders to everybody. Dude, they tipped us like $120. I got a $60 tip for me, young kid, 2007, 2008, $60 cash. I was excited to pay all my taxes on that money. Okay? Come on now, think about it. Latino Rabioso says, just signed up for the Patreon. As always, the info is gold. Thanks, MLD. Yeah, let's see. Let's. You guys want to sign up for the Patreon? Take a look. Take a real quick look here at what the Patreon brings to you.
For watching today's episode of Interview with the Man. We're going to get right back to the show. But I wanted to take a moment to remind you that if you need personal help with dating and getting your money right specifically, we offer that services over on my Patreon. All you need to do is go to patreon.com/modern life dating. What we do is on the second and fourth Sunday of every month at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a group coaching call where men from all over the world come in with their questions on how to get their dating and their money right. If you're having trouble with your dating life, if you're having trouble with your finances, let me help you. I have turned my life around, and I can help turn your life around. All you need to do is go to patreon.com/modern life dating. There is limited enrollment. It is only limited to 150 members, and already more than half of that has been filled up. This will be filled up, so don't forget, take action now. Lock in your space. Go to patreon.com/modern life dating, and let's get some coaching for you today.
So yeah, go ahead and click that link in the chat to sign up for the Patreon this Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a grand old time. It's good coaching in there. Make sure you have Zoom downloaded and prepared. All right. So, yeah, I mean, dude, just end and the ability to grind and make a lot, right? And sometimes another thing is this too. Going back to the flexible shifts. Let's say you need to study for your final exam. You can give up the shifts. You can say, hey, Nicola, hey, Arturo, hey, whoever, Beaver, whoever you guys are, can you please pick up my shift? Can you please work for me? I need to study, blah, blah, blah. And they're like typically would be really cool with it. The restaurant industry is fun. It's fun. It's not good for long term, but man, I have some fantastic memories from it. And I learned so much, and it helped build me up to the man I am. And again, you got to learn to embrace the grind and enjoy. And I used to hate when people said this to me when I was younger, right? But you have to enjoy the process as much as you can. Know that it's making you a better man. Even for me now in my day-to-days, woe is me, right? Like I have 1%er problems. But I'm still enjoying the process as I work my way to becoming an 8-figure man, right? So it's totally very, 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 very important to do this. Okay. Let's go back to this. All right. So, but yeah, that's right there, right? And again, puts a little cheddar in your pocket, right? And it's so beneficial. Again, remember, all these jobs are used to, again, securing the degree. That's the most important thing. Okay. Now, here we're going to talk about something else. This is important. Okay, talking about work. All right. And this is really what you want. This is really important for you guys that are interested in like white collar industries that offer this, right? And Taj was mentioning this earlier in the chat. This is called paid internships. Okay, paid internships. Now, the best way is to reverse engineer, okay? So let's just say, for simplicity's sake, right? Let's just say you want to work at Google, right? Let's just use Google as an example. Let's say you want to work at Google as a software engineer, right? The internship is the fast track to getting employed, right? Here you are just an uneducated tomato farmer, okay? Here you are. You're over here. You're farming tomatoes. You're a fucking loser. And you decide, I'm going to go to college, right? Go to college. Now you're no longer a loser. You're doing something well. College for a decent degree, all right? And then what you do next is from the college, by applying to get a paid internship, what you're going to do is you're going to get paid to prepare for the job you want. Okay? Now, these are a little bit more cush, and, you know, some paid internships do well, pay like $15 an hour, $18 an hour, whatever. But the most important thing is it helps you with securing the degree. And why are you securing the degree? You're securing the degree to get the job here. Again, when it comes to life, you want to be structuring your life for all aspects of it to be working in harmony to benefit the end game, which is you, your life plan, and your motivations for life, whatever they may be, okay? Do you understand? Does that make sense to you guys? Like, start off as a pleb, go to college, and while you're in college, you get a paid internship, okay? And the paid internship, not only does it prepare you to the job you want, but sometimes you could get a paid internship at, for example, let's say you get a paid internship at Google. And guess what? You say, okay, well, guess what, Google? I have the degree. Now can you hire me? You skip the interview. You skipped all the bullshit. You skip all the stress. Okay? And you get instantly hired. Think about that. Okay, paid internships. Paid internships are usually listed at your college as well. So they'll have a list of them, and then you're gonna have to do this this old school concept that works out to this day, which is do a little hard work, do some research, find out the internships that are out there using Google, and then guess what? You're paid. You're paid. Okay. Paid internships, so beneficial.